Hi, guys. Hope everyone is having a great time. I wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. Very happy Thanksgiving. You know the best thing I like about this time? Thanksgiving is the time which gives us the opportunity to get together. We are all so busy. So busy, work, morning, night, next day's work. We work all the time. Students busy in their studies, a professional working out, business people 24 hours at it. But this specific occasion, Thanksgiving, gives us an opportunity to get together. It's about family time. And I know families all over America right now are either ready to start or busy making arrangements for dinner table tonight. My dear brothers and sisters, when you get together at the dinner table, don't forget the less fortunate. There's so many of us, because we are one community. Rich, poor, middle class, everybody. We are just one community. We got to think about those who will be without food and shelter tonight. So if you're in an area where you know people who are less fortunate around you, reach out to them. Share the food and be blessed. I also point out to you guys that this is not the time to think of what we don't have. It's more of the time to appreciate what we have, the countless blessings that we have that we share today. I also think about the new Americans, the ones who came from all over the world and made America their home. The new immigrants, the first batch of immigrants who came here, they had nothing. But they had hope. They had the dream of peace and prosperity. They had the dream of freedom. Because of those steps, because of those people, because of those great people, we're here today trying to strive for the best. So we got to remember that those guys had no resources. We have all the resources. But I also appreciate the fact it's not easy. America is going through a very hard time, as is the rest of the world. We face difficulties. We have great challenges, financial challenges, economical challenges, all kinds of challenges are here. First, we were hit with COVID, then came the Ukraine war, and now all those factors have kicked in and cost of living is high. Middle class is crushed. In fact, middle class is getting pushed towards poverty. Today is Thanksgiving Day. I want to keep it in a lighter note, but I cannot avoid talking about the fact it'll be dodging the subject at a great time like this when everybody is going to be sitting on their dinner table, but that dinner table has cost them money. That dinner table is consisting of the fact that they had to go out shopping, grocery shopping, things, and then after you're done shopping, you look at the bill and you say, wow. Just for a few people, a lot of money because we are suffering. And this message goes out to you, the people, and the people at the helm of affairs. I'm talking about our politicians. I'm talking about you, the guys in the government. This message is totally nonpartisan, whether it's a Republican or a Democrat listening to me. We got to get together on common grounds of survival here. I sent this message out to President Biden, Governor Newsom, and all those great politicians around, whether Republican or Democrat, that we got to put our party politics aside and think about the people, what they are going through today, trying to set their dinner table and looking at the bill that is getting out of this arrangement. Things are tough. Gas prices, everybody knows. But grocery prices going up and all that, that's got to be, we the people can worry about it, but the government, when we have time for billions and billions and billions and billions to give abroad for any cause. Charity begins from home. We got to think about this. We got to subsidize prices. We got to do, if we have to think towards democracy, if you have to think about the next election, if you have to think about whoever is going to run for the president, you guys listen to me carefully. People are right now not looking at red and blue, they're looking at their pocket. And the pocket has no color. American people are colorblind towards having money in the pocket to supporting their family. They're colorblind to the fact that what will happen tomorrow. They're colorblind to the fact that they're surviving month to month, bill to bill. It's hurting them. Although they might have certain principal agreements towards supporting Democrats or Republicans, but right now all those things are on the sideline. Survival is number one issue. And the midterm elections have shown the fact that people are not happy with what's going on. I'm a Democrat. And that's why I'm number one to pick on fellow Democrats to say, hey guys, come on, let's get our act together. We got to stay in power. We got to get the next election. We got to make sure that today when people sit down on the dinner table, they will have political discussions. We have become very politicized, and people sitting together at the dinner table will have this discussion. Are we going the right direction? Are we picking the right people to do the job? Because Americans are very intelligent people. American people are thinking right now futuristically. They're not thinking as red and blue. They're thinking of who is going to help us, who's going to help our kids, who's going to help us save money. Are we going to live at 25, 35 an hour? The cost of living has gone here. The income is at the same level. Every time I go out, I was out going to grocery stores and watching people, talking to them who were doing their shopping for Thanksgiving. Everybody had a sad face from the fact that there's just not enough money. Husband, wife making two jobs, kids not able to fulfill their demand, not really happy to make this Thanksgiving that great as it should be. At this time of the year, government should go out of the way to make sure that the prices are, at least for certain occasions like Thanksgiving, Christmas, there's some kind of a rebate, some relief from the government that you could go out and go buy any stuff that you want for your families, and this should be at least 50% paid by the government. And where's that money going to come? That's the job of the government. It's not about fiscal responsibility at this time. Where are we going to get the money? Who's going to pay for it? People select you, the politicians, the leadership, to get on top and take care of those things. It's not the job of the people to say, why is this a war going on? Why are we paying billions of dollars to a war? Why we were not able to handle disaster after recovering from the COVID? We were ready to jump and say, COVID is over. It's easy to say that, but what about the jobs? Now we are telling people, you're not going to work from home anymore. You're going to go back to work. Hey guys, so many people under lockdown were forced to spend money to build offices at home, and now they're being told that no, you got to go back to work. You got to start working, drive back to work. Okay, that means more gas money, more expenses, same income. I'm not going to take too much time, my fellow Americans, my dear brothers and sisters, but I'm telling you, I hear you, I feel you. I'm here to make sure that I get into office and make sure that I get all red and blue Republicans and Democrats together and say, let's just focus on the common ground. I'm sure nobody's talking about dividing issues right now. We're talking about issues that will at least bring some relief. I'm talking about money in the pocket. Make it so simple. Let's remove all the slogans aside, okay? Can we do that? Can we just come down to one point that everybody agrees on is money in the pocket? I'm not talking about the rich people. God bless them, and I want them to make more, because if the rich are richer, more jobs are going to come out, and we are all one team. Okay, we are all one team. I always support the rich and the wealthy and the industrials, because we got to make sure we support them, give them tax relief so that they are able to hire more people. If a businessman is not making enough money, how the hell is he going to hire people? How the hell is going to give relief and facilities and benefit? So we got to make sure that we bring businesses back to America, give them a tax-free zone, tax holidays, some kind of relief under the condition that they were hired 100,000, 200,000 people, not 10, 15, 25 an hour, 50 or 60 an hour. And that's going to make the change. That's going to make the change. Keeping the wages low and pushing the American people to cut corners and eat less, spend less, that's not going to change nothing. If we can spend like this, on huge projects. But the number one project is the people, our students. We promised them student relief. They went out, voted, showed their voice, and they're stuck because of political debate. My dear fellow Americans, today, when we sit down on the dinner table, we got to think about these issues. I want every dinner table in America to have this discussion. Where are we leading this democracy to? We got to bring election reforms to remove this divide. If there is a divide, why is there divide? If there's a thought about the election integrity, if there's a debate about political freedom or whatever the issues that divide us, why cannot we go out and make regulations so there's no room for debate? And this is why I am in Court of Appeals fighting for election integrity for both sides. I talk to my Republican friends and my Democrat friend, because things go wrong in the Republican sector and they say, no, it's okay, because they are the incumbents over there. When you go to the Democratic side and there's something going wrong over there, they say, no, it's okay, because this is the Democratic side. So everybody's looking and trying to say it's okay in their backyard. That's not good. We got to come down to one consensus, one decision, one pure, simple idea that we all follow under the same rule, not state to state, this and that, whatnot. No, it's got to be very transparent, because right now the idea that's going out is if you can pull the strings, you can get it there. If you have the connections, you're there. If you're incumbent, then you definitely have the strings in your control. We got to make sure, number one, that areas of election enterprises, election centers, at least those who are chairmen and registrars of election centers, they should have impeccable reputation. We could bring new people there who just follow the law and don't look at any partisan politics, because that's going to cripple us. If there's a registrar in any county that has even iota of doubt, iota of bad past, any sprinkle of compromised reputation, those people should be moved out. And we should not wait and say that the next government is going to do it. No, we are Democrats. We talk about election integrity. We talk about January 6th. We talk about all those things. We are the ones who are going to audit ourselves first, so we can say when we were in power, when we were in government, we fixed those issues. So the people know that there's no room for any doubt in our election system. Whoever is going to be running for President Biden, I respect you. I supported you. I actually worked a lot on your campaign sites. When you were behind in elections, I was the first person that was supporting the fact and predicting that you're going to be the next president. You won the election. Nobody ever reached out to me, but I'm happy with the fact that I predicted your victory. And if you choose to run again, you have all the grounds to do that. But you got to remember, people are not just going to go with it because you're in office. You have to start all over again. You got to start campaigning right now. But if you are going to support another person in your place, if you decide not to run, then anybody else, if it's going to be Governor Newsom from California, I call out to Governor Newsom, this is the time. You have set a great record of California economy. People talking about money. Money is going to be the deciding factor right now. Of course, there's going to be women empowerment. Of course, it's going to be employment. Of course, it's going to be healthcare. Of course. But number one thing is the track record of a person who's leading California with surplus. If you can do it here, you can do it all over America. So you got something to run on. And I will support you, Governor Newsom. But people need help now. And if you want to run for president, or if President Biden decides to run again, this is the time. Don't take it for granted. Don't think that you've got this going and people are just going to follow the lead just because Democrat wants Democrats in power. No, Democrats are humans first. Democrats are people who are Democrat parents first, students first. Everybody's looking the same time of life they have. There's no pause button in life. They can put that pause button and wait for the next good time to come in. Take leadership. Do something. Do something. We are the richest nation on the planet, so money is there. Money is there. But don't throw $400, $500 per person. It's nothing. Small business, give them hundreds and thousands of dollars for small business to come out, do something. All those businesses that were crashed in the COVID. We got to do something. I'm ready. Put me on top of those affairs and I'm going to fight solutions and bring businesses back and make sure that we don't work with 15, 20, 30 an hour. We work with 50 an hour. We'll just have to ask these companies to reduce their profit just a little bit. Give them tax relief and tell them tax relief is because you're going to give money to the people and create 100,000 jobs, 200,000 jobs. We can do it. I want to come back to you, the people. I love you so much. When you get together at the dinner table tonight, say a prayer for our well-being. I wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. And when I sit down on my dinner table, I'll say a prayer for all Americans. I want you to do the same. So we are blessed with freedom, peace, health, and prosperity. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys soon. Happy Thanksgiving to you all.